It's 2 a.m. You're staring at the ceiling. Your phone is face down beside you because you promised yourself you wouldn't check it. Your mind is racing through a conversation from 6 years ago. You feel broken. You feel like the only person on earth who can't just fall asleep like a normal human being. But the real answer is far stranger. You are not broken. You are ancient. For most of human history, nobody slept the way you're trying to sleep right now. No one lay down at 11 p.m. expecting 8 unbroken hours of darkness and silence. That idea is new. That idea is maybe 200 years old. Before electric light, humans slept in two parts. Historians call it segmented sleep. You would sleep for 3 or 4 hours after dark. Then you would wake up. Not from anxiety. Not from a phone buzzing. You would simply wake up, wide awake, in the middle of the night. And this waking period had a name. People in medieval Europe called it the watch. It sat quietly between what they called first sleep and second sleep. During the watch, people didn't panic. They didn't reach for a screen that didn't exist. They got up, they stoked the fire, they talked, they prayed, they had sex. Some visited neighbors. Diaries and court records from the 1500s casually mention this hour like it was nothing unusual, because it wasn't. It was just Tuesday night. Historian Roger E. Kirch spent over 15 years digging through these records. He found more than 500 references to first and second sleep across letters, diaries, medical texts, and even legal documents. A man on trial for murder once said the killing happened in his first sleep. Nobody questioned what that meant. Everyone understood because everyone lived it. So why did it stop? The answer isn't complicated. It's light. Thomas Edison didn't just invent a bulb. He rewired the human nervous system. Before artificial light, the only thing separating your body from an 8,000-year-old rhythm was the sun. When the sun went down, darkness triggered a hormone called melatonin. Your brain still does this today. It's biology, not preference. But here's the part that should feel familiar. Once cities filled with gas lamps, then electric streetlights, then televisions, then phones, humans began compressing that 8 to 9 hour window into one continuous block. The watch didn't just disappear, it got erased from memory. Within a few generations, people forgot it had ever existed. By the time E. Kirch published his research in the early 2000s, most readers had never even heard of segmented sleep. They assumed unbroken sleep was simply what human bodies were built for. It isn't. Sleep researcher Thomas Ware proved this in a landmark experiment in the 1990s. He took a group of volunteers and removed all artificial light from their environment for weeks. Just 14 hours of darkness a night, the way it would have been in winter thousands of years ago. What happened? Within about a month, every single participant fell into the exact same rhythm. Sleep, wake for 1 to 3 hours in the middle of the night, then sleep again. Nobody taught them this. Nobody told them to do it. Their bodies simply remembered. Think about that for a second. Your ancestors weren't lying awake at 2 a.m. scrolling through worry. They were living inside a completely normal biological rhythm that modern life quietly deleted. And when you wake up at 2 a.m. today, heart pounding, mind spinning, convinced something is wrong with you, you are actually doing something your body has done for hundreds of thousands of years. The problem isn't the waking. The problem is what you do next. Because ancient humans used the watch. They didn't fight it. They didn't demand their bodies go back to sleep immediately. They got up, sat by the fire, and let their minds wander in low light with other people nearby. That combination, low light plus low stimulation plus social safety, is almost the exact opposite of what you do now. You reach for a phone, a screen that blasts blue light directly into the part of your brain that's supposed to be reading darkness as a signal to rest. You don't sit by a fire. You sit inside a glowing rectangle that tells your nervous system it's still daytime. Anthropologist Carol Worthman studied sleep patterns across dozens of traditional societies still living without electricity today, from foraging communities in Africa to rural populations in South America. Her findings echo E. Kirch's historical research almost perfectly. Fragmented, multi-phase sleep isn't a disorder in these communities. It's the default. Waking in the night is expected. It's mundane. Nobody schedules a doctor's appointment over it. So what changed isn't your biology. What changed is your environment. And your environment changed faster than your body ever could. Evolution doesn't move at the speed of light bulbs. It doesn't move at the speed of smartphones. Your nervous system is still, in a very real sense, running software built for firelight and starlight, not LED screens and notification pings. Here's the twist that makes this even stranger. Insomnia, as a clinical diagnosis, an actual thing you get treated for, barely existed before the Industrial Era. Not because people slept perfectly, they didn't, but because the two-part rhythm wasn't seen as broken sleep. It was just sleep. The moment society demanded one unbroken block, and the moment clocks and factory shifts made that block a requirement rather than a suggestion, the watch became a problem instead of a rhythm. You didn't inherit a sleep disorder. You inherited a mismatch between an ancient body and an industrial era clock. So the next time you wake up at 2 a.m. and your mind starts spiraling into panic about being broken, try something different. Don't fight it. Don't reach for the phone. Get up if you want to. Sit in the dark or in dim light. Let your thoughts drift the way they were built to. This isn't a malfunction. It's a message from further back than you think, from a version of you that lived by fire, that trusted the dark, that never once needed 8 straight hours to feel human. It's 2 a.m. You're awake again. But maybe it was never something wrong with you at all. Maybe it was the world around you that forgot how to sleep, and your body, quietly, patiently, never did.